This is a horror game podcast. It is meant for mature audiences. It may contain adult language, violence, and sexual themes, as well as shocking revelations. Viewer discretion is advised. Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome back to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I are playing the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. I'm your host, Thom Raley. The scenario is Blackwater White Death. It's one of the scenarios in Terror Australis, the second edition, and it's available from Chaosium. It was written by Phil Anderson. Our Keeper of Arcane Lore is Keith Craig, and this is episode 2. Our recap will be given by Billy Chung as his character, Otto Cal. So, without any further delays, let's continue our journey into the darkness. Billy?
Thank you, Thom. It is the fall of 1926, and greed rules the world. Even as I flee from the chaos in my homeland to these distant Australian shores, greed taints everything I see and hear. Along the edge of the Gordon River in Tasmania, we follow in the footsteps of two wayward, greedy souls, Clarence Dixon and Joseph Fortier, and the mysteries they hid some 50 years ago. Where to begin? It all started innocently enough. At the behests of my friend, Dr. Charles Burnham, the 5 of us were tasked to secure a set of journals from an auction. Through some shrewd bidding skills and a little subterfuge, our solicitor, Mr. Scott McIntosh, won us the journals easily enough, just for his home to be robbed and the journals stolen in the dead of night. Through Scott's connections with the auction house and our bruiser, Mac Outback Strong, and his encyclopedic knowledge of all tap rooms and bars nearby, we were able to locate the culprits. And that's where things got weird. The journals were stolen by none other than the distant relatives of the author, Clarence Dixon, allegedly to hide some dark family shame, but also for the secret treasure Dixon had buried. Of course, the journals themselves were a gibberish mess, and it is only through the brilliance of our codecracker, Mr. Reggie Martin, that we were able to decipher its content. Inside, the journal depicted some horrid adventure, clearly the fiction of a diseased mind. Prison breaks, cannibals, monsters, and other flights of fancy littered the pages. And yet, there is something hauntingly familiar in the details. The monster that it depicts, this devilish manifestation of Clarence Dixon's companion, the Canadian trapper Joseph Fortier, scratches at a memory. In Ojibwe, we called him the Wendigo. In Cree, the Wittikau, a cannibalistic, perpetually hungry monster that the First Nations, especially the Algonquin, have combated since time immemorial. It is in search of the final resting place of this monster that our small band, along with Professor Burnham and some helpers, find ourselves heading towards the Woodley Depot to uncover the mystery of the Wendigo. This trip has not been kind to those of us getting up there in years, but at least I have my dear friend and colleague, Professor Ed Kephart, to keep me company. Nothing builds companionship quite like bumped knees, aching backs, and a fond love of complaining. Thank you, Thom.
All right. So, yep, you guys are on the boat traveling up the river to the depot there. The boat captain, he's been telling you some boaters' tales, whether or not they're true or not, but you did see something moving in the woods, some kind of creature. he claimed it was a unicorn, one of the cryptozoological beings on Tasmania, but didn't quite look like the unicorns of myth at all. As you come around the rather sharp bend in the river, you see up ahead a pier sticking out into the river and several huts kind of built made out of logs, and then one large building made out of log with a sign crudely painted said Piner's Rest. And Professor Burnham, he kind of looks up, he looks back at the captain, and he's like going, is this our stop? And Captain goes, "Yep, this will be the stop for the evening. We'll stay here, drop off some of the supplies, and if any men are sick, I'll take them back to down the river so they can get some assistance."
Captain Harcroft, do you make this journey much? Is it like once a month, once every couple of weeks? Like how often are you up and down these rivers?
It's usually bi-monthly in the height of the season. Now we're getting near the end. We'll start to kind of slow down and all. That's mostly just hardy men that are here now as the winter time's coming on. But
Uh, is it dangerous around here?
oh well, I mean, no
I
more
mean,
dangerous than
or
any other part of Australia. You know, it's there are wild animals and all, but so everyone's able to deal with it. Was a bigger bigger danger is an injury or something because you are a long way from any modern
true.
medical facilities.
All right.
I guess we better set up camp. And Professor, do we start from here and walk and go towards the site, or is it another trip to go, Professor?
Well, like, well, I'm not sure exactly where it is. I mean, I guess I'll ask the
Foreman
people
or
that
something.
are
Yeah,
here
the
for,
local
yeah, the
guys.
foremen,
Yeah.
see if they know of the site that's described. You know. But I guess we'll just find out. But I don't know. I'm kind of looking forward to a rest. It's been a long day. I didn't think just hanging out on a boat would wear you out, but that rocking back and forth kind of just tires a man.
Yeah, you get used to it
I
after a
agree.
while, but yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
I mean, Ed over here and I, we could definitely use a break or two. We're getting up there in age. My back hurts, right,
Yeah.
Ed? And I elbow him.
Yeah. All right. All right. So he pulls up to the pier and he hops off quickly, kills the engine, hops off quickly, and starts tying the boat up to the dock. Professor Burnham kind of stretches. He's like, "Oh, well, gentlemen, I guess we ought to see what kind of accommodations we can maybe secure."
Indeed.
Yes.
And he looks down at the two interns. He's like going, just start piling our gear here on the dock, and once we know where to take it, that way you're not hauling it around unnecessarily."
So, looking around the camp, do we see mostly people that look like woodcutters, or are there like the geologists that people were talking about? Like, are there like a good mix?
Uh, Mostly they're all woodcutters. It's
Okay.
all men. You don't see any women. Definitely no no one under 15 years of age or
Are there
they all look
cabins or
up.
tents or
They're cabins. Hmm.
Hey Jim, can I roll luck to see if maybe I know anyone here? Seems like my kind of crowd.
Sure, sure, yeah.
I think I got a success.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, you'll see over there a guy. We'll say Mick is over there.
Mick.
Mick.
All
Yeah.
right, well then I'll step on the
Mick and
dock, and
Mac.
I'm kind
Mhm.
of scanning the and I'll say, "Oh, hey, I know that. That's a old honey buddy of mine,
He looks
Mick.
up. He's like, Mac, Mac, Mac's out back, Mac. What are
Mick,
you doing out here?
how you doing, old buddy?" And I'll approach him and give him a big bear hug.
Hmm. Well, it's good seeing you. You decide to try your hand at logging. A little late in life, isn't it?
No, I've been hired to escort these older folks here on an expedition. I guess they're looking for some sort of cannibalism site,
Oh, oh,
some legend or myth or something.
mhm. Well, if you keep hyping up the danger tune, you can charge an extra. You know how them city folk are.
Well, that's what we did back in Melbourne a couple years ago. Remember that?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I remember the Hangover too.
yeah. Yeah, it was a rough night.
Indeed. He's
Well,
like,
look,
well,
what can we do for fun around here? Any good bars?
Piner's Rest is the only bar around. It's a company bar, company owned bar, but the beer's cold and the whiskey's watered down.
One of these days we'll find a good quality good quality bar.
It's better than nothing.
All right. Well, make sure you come over when you're free. We can catch up.
Of course, yeah.
I met this. Remember that waitress from that other bar we met previously? I bumped into her, and it's a long story.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
So yeah, remember you cut in when I was close to getting her address, but that's all right. What are
Well,
buddies for?
well, you're the wingman.
Yeah, I see. All
I
right.
think she said she liked guys with longer hair. So
Yeah.
I'll
Well.
give him the hearty slap on the back.
Oh, he goes, well, I'm gonna go finish up my shift, and I'll be in there in a few hours.
I'll approach my colleagues and say, "That's my buddy Mick. He fought a kangaroo, wrestled barehanded, and came out on top."
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like you and that waitress.
Without the bear thrown in the face. Yeah. 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 Good bloke. Did they say bloke in Australia? I don't know. Lad? I don't know.
Sure.
Sure.
They just did.
Good mate. Yeah.
Good mate.
Um,
Good mate.
I think I'm going to. I'm hungry, so I'm going to see if is there like a mess tent or
Um, only thing you
mess.
see is the Piner's Rest. Is everything else
Yeah.
is just cabins. So.
Oh, well, I mean, I'll go wherever the food
Mhm.
is,
Yep.
and if there are people in there, I'll see if I can get a card game going.
Okay. All right. When you go in, standing behind the bar is a woman. You know, she's in her about mid 40s and all. She looks up and she's like going, you're not a company man.
Well, ma'am, is it
Oh.
ma'am, miss?
It's ma'am. You can call me Maggie though. That's what most people call me. I'm
Maggie?
yep. Me and my
Call me
husband
Reggie.
run the joint. Oh well, wonderful to meet you, Maggie Trent. My husband Simon. He's the chef here and all. So
Yeah, I'm just we're here accompanying a uh, an archaeologist or researcher.
hmm
He's looking for, he's been studying some of the old lore of the area, and he was really interested in, there was an incident, I forget how many years ago. It was an incident years and years ago with a couple of prisoners had escaped from a prison camp and um,
Oh.
resorted to cannibalism or something like that.
Oh yeah, we've
You know who
all
we're
we've all
talking.
heard the stories. Yeah. They're pretty legendary stories around here and stuff. I don't know if they're true or not, but They've been passed down through the
Well,
ages.
he's researching him, so he'll probably want to ask you guys a lot of questions. And you have any
Oh,
idea where all that took place?
I know where it's supposed to have taken place and all. He's like, going if you just go around out back out here, there's a little patch that is cleared off and stuff. Nothing will ever grow there, and
Hmm.
that's where it's rumored to have happened. Me
Yeah.
personally, I just
Well,
think someone might have spilled some chemicals or something, but
possibly or salt or something. I'm only vaguely interested, only because he's a friend of mine. Uh,
oh, well, that's
you
awful
know.
nice of you to come all the way out here for a friend.
Well, he had on the way out, he had a number of interesting texts that I used to be a code breaker in the military. Um,
Oh.
I helped him kind of break the code. It was really interesting. It was a prison's code that was used by the
Hmm.
prisoners.
Hmm.
So there seemed to be some interesting ties in.
Yeah. Well, the ingenuity of man. They'll always find a way to communicate. It's like we need
So,
it.
Margaret, we heard some tale of some mysterious white creature roaming this area. Have you heard of this? Something white,
Humboldt
furry?
unicorn.
Oh, yeah, we've heard of that and all. I some of the men said they've had a sighting or two of it, but it's usually near the end of the day after they've had a sighting of few pints of beer also.
We saw something weird in the woods, but we couldn't quite get a good look at it.
Hmm. That is
Uh,
strange.
I don't suppose you could like tell me, like point out any of these men that claim to have seen this thing, so I can
Well, they'll
make
be
my own
they'll be
inquiries.
they'll be here. They're most of them are still finishing up their shift out logging and all. About and she kind of looks up. She's like, usually about 6 o'clock tonight's when they're going to start rolling in pretty good, and the beer will start flowing and all. If you're hungry now, most we can make you is maybe a sandwich or so. We don't got the griddle up and warmed up yet.
What time is it then? What time did we arrive?
We'll say you pulled in about 4:30, so about an hour and a half. Mhm.
Hmm.
Oh. You hear outside, you can hear the people unloading the supplies. There, a lot of salty language, yelling at each other, and then Professor Burnham comes limping into the the bar. Kind of looks around. He's like, "Huh, fascinating place. How they build this out here." And he comes up and he's like, "Going, I was needing a accommodations for the night. There are 8 of us, of course. Then she's like, "Going, we can put you up. You might have to sleep a couple to bed, but we will never turn someone away." It's like the company charges 50 cents a bed.
50 cents? That's highway robbery.
Well, if you share it, it's only 25.
I think we could do like we're on like school funding, maybe 30 cents a bed, but 50. Come on. And I look as old and pitiful as I do. Can I
And she kind of smiles at you. She's like going, "Well, that's the benefit of a monopoly. There's no other beds out here that can charge you less."
Yeah. It's either this or sleep on the ground.
Well, man, we'll take whatever you can provide. I don't think we're in any position to be too picky about it. It's not like there's another
Yeah.
hotel we can go to down the road.
You have to understand the company sets the price. Not me. If I charge you less, it'd have to come out of our pocket.
can you at least throw in like a meal or something for 50
Oh,
cents?
a meal.
Profit.
We'll definitely have a meal available for you and all. Oatmeal will be served in the morning. If you want more, that will cost.
Good enough, good enough. All right, come along, Ed.
I think I'll just take my whiskey and head out back to see this little bear
That zone.
spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Is there a dartboard nearby? Are they
Oh
throwing
yeah.
darts? I'll say,
Uh,
hey, Reggie, watch this, and I'll nudge him, and I'll pull out my hunting knife, and I'll toss it right through the dining room. Perfect bullseye.
That wrecks the dart, you know.
Here's the shit out of it.
Do you want to challenge me to a game of darts?
If you're up for it, Reggie.
I'm always up for it.
So
I'll go over there and pull my knife out. I'll examine the dartboard. I push the cork back to fix it.
How much were the rooms?
oh, they're going to be a little bit more. You keep destroying my dartboard.
Every time you lose, you take a shot. It gets even more interesting each time.
I was going to bet Mac the cost of the room.
Beds are 50 cents each if you share it, of course. So at 25 cents each. And she pours Scott. She pours you a whiskey. She's like, that'll be 10 cents.
Yeah, I'll pay her 10 cents and then wander out. We came out here for this spot, so let's look at it.
Right. So when the professor will join you, of course, because he's interested in it also.
Ed and I will hobble along to you.
Mm-hmm. So he comes out there. When you go out the back door, you see a man. He's probably approaching 50. He's got an axe in his hand and he's splitting wood. He looks up at you and he goes, "Oh, hello." Because newcomers, it's a little late in the season to be getting new loggers out here.
I am not a logger, sir. I'm just here on I guess, expedition.
Oh, wow.
Adventure, Scott, an adventure.
It's not been very adventuresome so far, but we'll see.
Goes, oh, well, I don't know what adventures you're expecting to find out here, except for wildlife and bug bites.
Yes, seen both. No, just this bear spot back in the behind this.
You're interested in the prisoners and all.
It's an interesting story. I also like the talk of gold and this hidden gold that's out here.
Yeah. Well, be careful there. Chasing gold that's led many men to their doom.
I can understand that.
But they weren't just stories, Those events did occur.
Oh, you sound like you know something, sir. Sorry, what was your name again?
My name's Will Trent.
With the same family, with the Trents that run the bar.
I am the one that runs the bar.
Oh,
Wasn't your name Simon, the chef?
It is. The keeper looked at the son's name when he said that. Yes. Will's my middle name. Named
Simon
my boy
Will
after
Trent.
it.
Wait, so, have you been here long? Do you know the stories? They're true, you say?
Yes, they're definitely true. And all he's like going, come over here. This is where it happened. And he brings you over, and there's a old stump that probably almost arm's length across. So
Oh wow.
very large. And next to it, there's very bare spot and all. There's no like any dead brush or anything on it. And he's like, "On this is where it happened. This is where Whittle was killed and consumed. His head was bashed against this tree when it stood, and then his flesh was peeled off of him and eaten."
Such a heinous act, but I don't understand why it would leave such a scar on the landscape.
Uh, well, in older times, people believe that the land could carry the scars of men and crimes and all. Now, in these days of science, people always are looking for explanations. Oh, I
Mm.
don't know. Maybe there was the blood soaked in and didn't feed it, killed the nutrients in the ground. I don't know.
So this exchange is happening like outside behind
Yep.
the building. So okay. So
Hmm.
they walked out with Simon Trent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Simon Trent's out there. Yeah, he was the
He's
one
out
splitting the logs. Yeah.
I'll just reach down and put my hand on the the ground and just pull up some dirt and just why it doesn't make sense why this would be a scar. I mean, atrocities happen all over the place. They
Right.
don't leave a dead zone in the in the ground. So
While
even
he's doing that, can I
horrible
also
battlefields.
look at it
back.
too and use natural world to, like he said, like is there a scientific
Actually,
thing
what
you
I
see from
want you to do, Otto, while Scott's doing that, if you could give me a combined spot hidden psychology roll.
Oof. I have a spot hidden of 60 and a psychology of 10. Sounds like
Nice.
he's lying through his teeth, but we'll see.
Psychology
Ooh.
of 40 and
All right, 14. I'm spending 4 points of luck to pass both.
Okay. So when Scott kind of leaned over and was digging in the dirt, you almost thought for a second that Simon was going to bash him in the back of the head with the axe.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. And I try to
then-
step
and he-
between, Scott and Simon. What are you doing, young man? And I look up at him.
He goes, what? I'm just adjusting.
Is he still holding the axe, or?
Yeah, he's holding it. It wasn't like he was raising it
Right.
to swing, but it just kind of got this kind of look in his eye, and
I saw what you were about to do. Scott, he was about to kill you.
no, don't
what?
don't be ridiculous there, sir. I would not harm someone out here. We still have laws.
I saw it in your eyes. Ed, you saw it too, right? And I shake him. Ed,
You have to forgive our friend Otto. He's got an imagination. It's been a long trip.
I swear I saw something.
Well, if it makes you feel any better there, sir, and he takes the axe and he buries it into the stump, so the handle's kind of sticking up. He's like going, I was done splitting the wood anyway, and he kind of takes off his gloves. So
Better. If I look at the stump, like, does it look actually like a tree with like 100, 200 rings, and it looks like it's like a huge tree, or?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
How large is this little, this dead area?
Maybe a couple hands across. So no,
So
Not
not
large.
huge, yeah.
no. Mm-mm.
Mac, walk with me for a minute. I want to talk to you about tomorrow's itinerary.
Sure, Richie. What do you have in mind?
I mean, we're here already. What else, Professor? What? Is this what you're
I
looking-
just grab Mac and start walking away.
and I start like gesturing while you guys want to change the scene if you want.
All right. So we'll cut to Reggie and Outback.
So we're walking away. I said, Reggie, did you ever have any military training?
Nothing formal, no.
I had a lot of strategic training in the military. And when I'm talking quietly as we're
Yeah.
walking,
Hmm.
saying something here doesn't make any sense. I mean, I agree with the boys that the ground is dead and it doesn't make any sense that it's actually dead. It also doesn't make any sense is that everybody here knows the story. They're all here. Um, I feel like we're being set up. I feel like they probably pour something on that ground to keep it dead. Oh, you want to come to our town, our camp and see this stuff? The hairs on the back of my neck are standing straight up. I feel like we're in a trap. These people are not acting and reacting the way I think they should be.
To
You
what
know what
end,
I
Reggie?
mean?
What's their motivation? What's the purpose?
I don't know. I don't
Drawing
know.
hapless
Maybe they
explorers to this area, and then,
rob them.
well, I'd like to see them try to rob me.
Well,
Don't
I
sneak
just
up
think
on
that we
Outback
should
Max
be.
Strong.
I think we should be on guard. Something's. I don't. But that whole dirt thing. I don't buy that at all. Somebody's coming out here and purposefully killing that so that they can. I mean, you saw Otto. Otto's kind of a imaginative and all that, but maybe he's right. Maybe that fellow over there was getting ready to bash one of us.
Well, people who live in remote areas like this can often be rather odd and believe all sorts of, superstitions and
If that's
whatnot.
fine. If they're odd, that's fine. If they're odd, we have nothing to worry about. But I'm going to keep my hand on the hilt of my gun. Something's really wrong, and I'm not often mistaken about this.
Well, then
If I
perhaps we
am,
should insist on
we're
doubling up in our
fine.
rooms for safety.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, pretend like I didn't see this and talk to Scott and Otto. We get them aside.
I'm just gonna look up to the professor while we're, you know, here. What? You could have come out by yourself on this. What's your fascination on
He's
this
like,
actual
he kind of
story?
looks at you and
Everyone seems to know it, so
he's like, yeah, he's like, I have to confess to you, Scott, I'm a little disappointed. I'm not really sure what I was expecting to find, but more than this, I mean,
You paid hundreds of dollars for that journal that everyone knows about.
yeah. I, well, but at least maybe we can add another prison cipher, and I'll just charge it to the university. I'll get my money back.
Oh,
But
that's true. That's true. That's
like,
true.
but
he's like,
you
but
know
it's
the
it's strange. Like if I was near a city, I'd think this was we just got conned by a cheap tourist trap.
I
And
um
we go have a drink and we can laugh. But
I do you know if the victim was buried? I mean, I know it didn't consume all the bones and bits.
I don't know if he was
Was
was buried
was the
or not.
body found? Or
No, though. It's like well, according to the journal, they just Clarence ran away and left it there, so he didn't. He's the only eyewitness account we have, and he didn't stick around.
So tell me, Simon, how did you know what happened to Whittle if no one was around? Like,
There you go.
who left the tale?
Oh, I heard it from me, my grandfather and all. Where he heard it from, I don't know, but it's been passed down. Now, I might have embellished a bit, but of course, you know, we all know that's what happened. We what else could explain it?
Your grandfather, is he still with us? I would love to talk to him if we can.
Oh no, grandfather, he died. He died back in 18.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear.
While this conversation is going on, I want to examine the ground. Is there any like wildlife tracks of note?
Give me a like a track, or maybe a.
Just kind of curious. Because frankly, I think he finds the conversation boring and tedious. Track. Yeah, I got a half. Was that a hard success? A half?
Hard success.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It takes you a little bit, but as you kind of like expand your search, it's not right up to it, but you do find some prints in there. They look like they're probably, if probably if they were a shoe size, an American shoe size, they'd probably be about a size 20 and all, but they're very large,
An NBA player.
very large. Yeah, they're Shaq.
Hey Reggie, wave him over.
Yeah. Hey, what?
Look at these tracks here. These footprints are huge. Have you seen a man feet this big?
I mean, I don't even think that's anatomically possible.
Are they barefoot or like with shoes?
Yeah, like how's the indentation? Is it like
with a hard, they are barefoot.
Mm-hmm. I think somebody's trying to pull a fucking
compare my
over
foot.
our eyes.
I have big feet myself. I'll gotta compare my foot, and I imagine that's like way bigger.
Yeah, yeah. And as you kind of look at it, again, a hard's a good roll on that. You can tell, how animals will kind of walk up on their toes and all, so that's pushed in a little bit more. So whatever made this was walking up on its toes when that foot came down.
So it looks like it's walking on its toes with its heel up, which is what would explain the indentation on the front.
Mm-hmm.
Be an animal? Do they have bear here other than drop bear? Huh.
Like next to
I don't think there's
stump?
any large animals in Tasmania.
What about that white fur thing we saw?
Could it have been like a pack animal or something that we saw? Certainly wasn't a horse.
Well,
That's the worst color for camouflage in Tasmania.
Well, Reggie, I've
We
seen
don't
a
know that
lot
it was.
of tracks in my day. I don't recall ever seeing anything that looks like this before.
The largest animal that's ever been on this island is Tasmanian tiger, but they're all extinct. Tasmanian devil's not much bigger than a dog, a small dog.
And so is this bipedal or do we see like four legs?
It's like
To kind of investigate that would either be a nature role or maybe
biology.
biology.
I'll do natural world.
Natural world. Yeah, sorry. Wrong system.
I'm spending 10 luck to make it a pass.
Okay. It is a bipedal. Yep.
But look at the weight the weight is balanced in the footprints, Mac. This thing is on 2 feet, not 4.
It's a guy with big shoes on that made it look like
Not the way it's balanced. It's bare feet.
Otto, I think they're trying to pull the wool over our eyes.
I suppose. I mean, in the times I've gathered stories, people embellish, but
What's that American thing that lives in the woods with the big giant feet?
Sasquatch.
big feet?
Yeah.
Sasquatch.
Yet nobody's ever actually found a dead one, or
Charles, what do you think?
it's
I look at the professor. This
goes,
is nonsense.
He's like, going, I'm gonna get some pictures of it, and he's like going, Mac, do you mind keeping your foot by it so if we got some scale?
We used to use bananas where I came from for scale, but that's okay.
Okay.
We don't got any bananas around here.
Where'd you get bananas?
So he gets set up and he takes a picture and all. And about that time, you start hearing some more voices, and the loggers are coming back in. Their shifts over.
Do these tracks? Do they get a sense of where they came from or where they're headed? Like towards the camp, away from the camp?
That's going to be another track roll for that one.
Man, tough GM.
That's right.
I got another hard success.
All right. They were coming toward the ones you found. They were coming toward the back of the building, kind of toward that tree stump and everything.
Do they continue, or does something replace them? Like, do we see Bigfoot and then little feet?
Well, once you get closer to the building, there was a lot of
I see it.
human foot traffic through there, so yeah, kind of destroyed it.
Mac, how recent would you say these prints are? Simon, do we know if it's rained recently?
Simon looks up and he's like going, I'd say it's been about a week since this rained.
Is it mud or dirt?
It's a kind of a not a completely dry dirt because the foliage and stuff's keeping it kind of moist, but definitely not like a sloppy mud.
It's got to be fairly recent.
And they didn't know we were coming. They wouldn't just randomly make footprints, hoping tourists would come by, would they?
So some sort of oversized bipedal humanoid, barefoot, comes from the wilderness, heads towards the camp, perhaps to spy. Is there like a window nearby or a door or any?
There is the door, and you can. And Simon, he's kind of got the door open, and he's bringing the wood in. And with the door open, you can see that's where the stove and the griddle is, and you can see him starting to get it all set up to get lit and all.
Do we have anyone in our group who's smart enough to extrapolate the height of this entity based on the size of the feet?
I have a decent head on my shoulders.
The player, Brian, asked.
Yeah. Can I try a int roll of some sort along with nature?
Biology.
Yeah.
Yeah, biology.
Is there a biology? Is it like a science?
Science biology.
Because I'm like, my character's like 6'3", 6'4", so it's bigger than me.
I have nature will and just education.
Yeah. Let's give me a natural world. Yeah.
Okay. Ooh. Natural world. I got 10 out of 60. So, extreme.
So it'd be hard to kind of get the height. You could probably get the weight a little bit more from the indentation, but hey, is it wide or tall?
500 pounds or something like that.
Right, exactly. Yeah. It's probably about an 800 pounds.
Anything caked into the dirt? Like, do I see white fur?
No.
Like it's trampled on. Okay, nothing.
Is there any underbrush along like bushes, trees where like it might snag? Where it might snag?
Yeah. We'll say definitely there would be.
Can we roll like a spot hidden?
You've had 2 hard tracks. You're not going to need to roll again on that. So you kind of search around, and we'll say that you do find a little bit of fur that was left behind on, we'll say, like a spiny plant,
like a white fur.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't that captain talk about the unicorn? Correct.
The Humboldt unicorn.
Humble unicorn. Furry
Yeah,
white.
but, I don't think we're here for this. And I'd rather just leave tomorrow, right? Oh, we're done. We came
Yeah,
out, we saw the spot.
cryptozoologist. Unless, Mac, you want the hide of this thing.
That's for another expedition.
I could get a pretty penny back in Sydney.
You need a elephant gun. Yeah?
Yeah,
Well, I left my elephant gun back home. I do have my trusty rifle.
Anything 800 pounds probably has a thick enough hide. I don't know if it'll do anything.
Well, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
Literally.
You're on your own looking at our group. It's all you.
You have three decrepits, a solicitor, and Reggie and you.
Yeah. Well, perhaps Scott, we can use you to lure this creature out, and then
I have no interest in being here. I think we're.
You do
done.
look more delicious than Ed or I. I'll give you that, Scott.
Yeah. So Maggie comes out the kitchen door, and she goes, I'm going to put you up over in cabin 5 over there. We've got 7 beds, and also do you want all 7?
I think we want to double up.
Okay.
Just to save some coin.
Well, it's all one room.
Yeah, it's all one room. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We'll take all. We'll take all of it.
It's not like they'll know if we buy 3 and then just sleep in all 7. I'm just saying.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, all 7. All 7.
So it's one room with 7 beds.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, and with that, when she says that, the professor, he looks over at the interns, and he goes, "Hey, go ahead and take our gear over into the cabin there to get set up and all. Let's go inside and let's get a beer."
I'm going to lean over, and in Mac's ear, I'm going to say, "They're going to get us all together in the same room tonight." It still sounds suspicious. I'm sorry, I wasn't near my microphone. Did you guys hear that?
No, yeah, I heard you. We heard you. Yeah.
It'll make it more difficult for them to get the drop on us. So
They get the drop on all of us at the same time. If they surround the building with 20 people, we're fucked.
Or there's just one door and no window.
There are windows.
Well, it's going to take more than 20 people to take down Outback Max Strong. Let me tell you that much, Reggie.
Well, your hubris doesn't comfort me at all.
Well, I don't know who hubris is, but nevertheless, I have big guns
if
and
they've
my
been
honey knife
planning
and a
this,
boomerang. So that's all I need.
All right, while they talk, let's go get that beer.
Wow.
All right. Oh, when you
my
come
character
into
has his eyes open. Everywhere we're going.
Okay, all right.
Hey, Otto,
That's good.
what's a hubris? I'll whisper.
Hubris? I think it's a disease.
Lord.
It's one of those. It's the bug, right?
Like it's a venereal
Reggie thinks I'm
disease.
sick.
Yeah. Yeah, like it catches.
I'm gonna just wandering back though. I just if they're living with this creature that keeps coming up
So close, yes.
so close, are there rifle shells laying around? Is there
Right.
is there weapons? Do you see
yeah.
axes? Do you see
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's
everyone
definitely.
with pistols, or are they well armed?
Oh, they have. They've got their. Of course, they've got their axes. They've got they're called pokes, the things that move the logs down the rivers and all. When you went into the bar, there was a shotgun over the bar, and they're living out here in the wilderness. You can reasonably assume that they've got weapons.
But I'm looking for spent shells more inside the camp.
Okay, yeah, that'll be a spot hidden.
Oh, that's a hard hard.
You don't find any.
Okay, so
Are there cooking fires or stuff like that, or do people do that inside the cabins?
No, they don't build the fires inside the cabins and all. The
Well, there's
only
probably a fireplace, right?
Or
yeah,
stove
yeah,
or
probably fireplace to keep it
Oh,
warm. Although uh, they don't. This place isn't occupied during the winter because the
Hmm.
river freezes over and it's too hard to move the logs and all.
So as we're in the bar, and I think you mentioned the
Yep.
rest of the
Yeah, the rest of
killers are coming in.
the
Yeah.
loggers are there. They're getting their beers poured. When you come in, of course, everyone kind of turns around and looks because you're not someone they'd seen before, and
Did they take down the dartboard? Is that
They're
missing?
still trying to move it off.
you see a guy repairing it.
Darts only sign.
No knives.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go and like listen in to as we're sidling up to the bar to hear if there's talk of it getting colder or just anything weird while we're like
Okay, so you kind of like gossip with
It's like,
people.
oh, yeah, hi there, I'm Otto. Yeah.
He goes, "Oh, it's wonderful to meet you," and all. Are you going to be joining us out in the woods tomorrow?
Oh, not to. Oh, is there something happening in the woods tomorrow? Or do
Yeah,
you
we're
mean
going to be chopping down trees.
probably not? But it sounds very exciting.
Okay, well, I didn't want to make assumptions, but you looked a little, how should I say, incapable of being a.
No, that's very observant, young man. Tell me, like everyone seems to know about that weird bare spot out there. What's that all about?
Oh, Simon loves to tell that story.
Yeah, like is he pulling a fast one on us? He talks about like ripped skulls and things like that. Looks like someone just like poured tar in on the ground or something.
Oh, well, I mean, if he's pouring tar on the ground, he's doing it when I'm out there earning a living.
I know, right? Some people.
Mhm.
We did see like when we were coming here on the boat, like something in the woods, white and furry. I don't know if it was like the light reflecting weird or like obviously being out in the woods so much. Anything we should like be worried about? Obviously, I don't trust Simon. Like it says, he likes to tell a tall tale. You look
Oh,
like a more reliable sort.
oh, I thought when you say you didn't trust him, oh, you think he likes to embellish his stories and all.
I mean,
He's like,
all
well,
innkeepers do, all tavern keepers, if you ask
they
me.
they do. Oh no, out in the woods, it's fine. There's nothing out there that you wouldn't find in any other woods around and all. You just keep your handy, and he pulls out a knife. Keep your knife handy, and you'll be always ready. I will
Don't
not.
show that. Last time I was here, someone tried to play darts with that and got yelled at.
Well, yeah, you don't throw knives at dartboards.
It's like, I didn't know. So yeah, I'm just
Must
gonna like
be a new
gather
rule.
stories.
Must be a new policy.
All
All right.
right.
Has it been getting colder? Things like that. Just anything weird.
I think I'm going to see Otto's attempt at trying to get some information. I'm going to try a different tact. I'm going
Okay.
to loudly and conspicuously talk about my hunting expedition in the Americas where I was hunting down the Sasquatch, the largest beast to roam the earth. Nothing is larger than it.
Nice.
And see if that will kind of motivate some locals to kind of speak up and kind of
Engage.
other tales.
kind of challenge me.
Okay, all right. Yeah. When you do, one of them goes like, North America doesn't have anything on Australia as in dangerous creatures. Let me tell you.
Well, this Sasquatch I saw the tracks for myself. The feet were this big, and I'll make them just a little bit smaller than the other ones. I saw.
Oh, yeah.
Biggest
Yeah.
footprints I've ever seen in my life. And I spent a week in the forests of the Oregon Territory hunting these things.
Mm. When you start telling that, he starts laughing, and then he goes, well, you haven't seen the unicorn then that moves around here. It's a horrible name for the creature, but this giant single horned creature moving around. But it's got six appendages, walks up on two legs, and it's got four arms. He can make it snow.
Two legs, four arms, a horn. It said. It said,
Yes.
and it makes it snow. Well, that's certainly a bit more elaborate than the American Sasquatch.
That's
Have
right.
you seen this creature?
Seen the creature. Seen it off in the distance, moving around and all. Others people say I just drunk too much, but I tell you that's true. And Joe confirmed it for me.
Who confirmed it?
Simon confirmed it for me.
Well, I wonder if if there's any men at this camp brave enough to join me on an expedition to track down this beast.
Yeah, how come you guys haven't hunted it down? Isn't it dangerous?
Well, any creature that large with that strong. I mean, I haven't hunted a gorilla. I know a gorilla's dangerous.
And you allow this danger to be near your camp? Oh, you big, strong men. As I look at everyone.
You just all animals are naturally afraid of fire.
Fire.
Speaking of fire, I'm going to go outside and smoke.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
Alright.
I'll join them.
Okay. All right. Oh, you go outside and you see, we'll say, Mick is out there also. S- he's smoking a cigar or something.
I was hoping to wander around back
Oh.
where their garbage is.
hmm
Yeah, just wander through, just take in how many cabins, how spread out
let me
this.
look at the map here for how many cabins. There are 10 cabins, and they're kind of like, you know, like a Boy Scout camp, how they're just kind of in a row.
Are they built well?
Yeah,
Nice,
yeah,
solid.
yeah, yep. They're built well. hmm
Yeah, unless they're getting all their food out of cans and stuff. I mean, they don't seem to be hunting.
Not sure what they would hunt.
I don't know what's around here.
Um, looking for the garbage cans, you find it around out back, and then you see large, like what are they called? Number 10 cans, the great big ones, have been emptied out. Beans or cans of lard, and
No butchered animal parts or bones.
uh, there probably is some bones in there.
They look like animal bone.
Yeah, there's smaller, not like, there's no femur or
All
anything,
right.
human femur or anything.
Scott, maybe I'm just letting my imagination. All this talk of cannibals and
I
giant.
agree. It seems very odd that they have this large creature that's just wandering around here, and apparently it doesn't bother them.
Still feels like a tactic just to scare people away or
Yeah, well, doesn't seem sensible. I mean, why? It must be common enough. We saw it. A few of us saw it on the boat.
well, we saw something. You know, I don't know. I honest to God don't know. And I'm not so sure that they didn't know we were coming before we got here. Not necessarily, I mean, however they communicate, there could be somebody who noticed us coming and ran ahead to get here before we got here. I guess I'm just being paranoid.
Just don't know what end on this. I think we're done though. I think this little excursion's over, right?
To be perfectly honest, I mean, all the talk of cannibalism, you know what I think the end was, is that they're going to eat us. But maybe I'm just, I've read too many pulp fiction novels or
Well,
something.
well, I don't know about that. This is very disturbing.
Now, maybe
I
it's
just
nothing at all.
Yeah.
we board up a room, spend the night, and then just leave. Well, we're done. I mean, what's more is keeping us here?
I don't know. Professor saw what he wanted to see.
Yeah, he wasn't excited about it, so I think we're done.
About that time, you hear like the a triangle call, letting everyone know that the dinner is ready. And you see some of the men come out of a cabin and start walking toward the bar. They see you. They're like going, "Better hurry up! I don't know. There won't be nothing left but the dregs at the bottom of the pot if you get served last."
I'm starving.
So they come on in there, and Maggie's got this large pot on a cart. She's kind of going around. She's got a ladle, and she's slopping out. It's beans with like meat and lard in it. Stuff to kind of really give you a lot of energy and fortify you.
Chili con carne.
Yeah, exactly.
With beans.
And the professor, he sits down. Of course, he gets some, and he's like going, looks like we're eating not high on the hog tonight, guys.
I don't know. Smells good.
Yeah,
Beans are usually pretty good. I do smell it. Does it smell
it
like they've
smells.
had to cover up bad meat, or
There's
does it
not a
smell
lot
like
of seasoning in it or anything. Yeah, so no.
Any cartilage and bone in the stew or just meat?
There probably is a little cartilage, but the bone is
that adds flavor?
Yeah.
Right. No, like human finger bones or nothing, right?
No, no.
Like, wait a minute,
Little
there's a ring
eyeballs
on it.
poking up at you.
Yeah, floats up.
It
All
puts a
right.
ring on it.
You have any bread?
Ah,
You had sandwiches. Could I get some
Oh,
slices?
yes. Oh, of course, of course. And she gets up and she goes over and she opens up a cabinet and shows a bread box in there. And all of you can give me a spot hidden.
Right next to the severed heads and the
Yeah.
spot hidden.
Oh, 21. That's hard.
Just pass.
Okay. All
I
right.
felt
Okay. On the inside of the cabinet next to the bread box, you see there's a picture up there, and it looks like it was taken here at Piner's Rest. And you said you got a hard?
Hard success, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, so in the picture, you see Maggie, you see Simon, you see a couple men, and just for a brief moment, you're pretty sure that Professor Burnham was in that picture.
Damn.
I didn't see it. I only got a regular, so I'm like, oh, picture, nice. Ooh, soup.
No,
It's behind the bar or something
I
like that.
didn't
It's
see
not something we can easily
right.
access.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So she comes back over with the bread, and then Simon he comes over with you. He's got a round of beer for everyone. Kind of sits down, and he sits down with you. And he's like going, "Did you men find what you were looking for?"
I think
We
not
have.
much.
Yeah.
Still a
Tell
lot of
me.
research to do, but
Oh yes, of course. He's like going, so which one of you is the oldest? Is it Otto?
Otto is 60, but I don't know if Ed is older than Otto.
We'll assume that Ed is not.
Okay.
Okay. So he kind of looks at you and he's like, tell me there, young man. He's like, do you ever feel that like the time is just unfairly drifting away for you? Do you notice the years get faster as you get older?
I hold up my hands. One day I look down, and I have old man hands, young man. That's how fast time flies. Tempered future for us all.
Oh, oh. He's like going, I know what you said, what you mean. I remember when my grandfather died, how he talked about how, it was
There's never enough time.
wasn't enough time. He talked about how he didn't get to go see the Paris. He didn't get to go see the new country of America. He didn't get to do any of that.
I come from a ravaged land. Right now, my homeland is torn by civil war. And it's just the same everywhere. But still, I'm hopeful one day, if I can live long enough.
What is your homeland there, sir?
Right now, China, and I point vaguely gesturing. Right now, civil war tears the land. I only hope it doesn't expand further.
Never been there. It's like interesting. He's like going, the others. Don't you sometimes feel that life is just a cruel trick played on humanity?
I suppose we all want to live forever, but we also don't want to grow older. But then all human beings die eventually.
I mean, if only I can go back and be young again.
And then he kind of reaches down and he pulls out a pendant that he has around his neck. He's like going, he looks at it. It's you can give me a science biology or a natural world.
Yep, that's
the world it
no
is.
idea.
Ooh, 13. Spend 1 luck, get critical.
Okay. You know that is a carved walrus, part of a walrus tusk and all. So, probably about maybe
Ivory.
that big. Yeah, it's ivory. It's carved. It's got some interesting designs in it. There's like a face and all. He goes, this here has been a find. I found it. I found it in Canada. And it was,
Would I recognize, because I have, I'm a folklorist, right? So I have some of that occult background. Would I recognize some of the symbols or even the origin of the thing is
you
not
give me an
clearly...
occult roll.
Okay. Occult. What's my occult score? All right, 40, so let me roll again. Nope, crap. Nope. Spending another 5 luck.
I love it.
To get a half. So to get a hard.
Okay, all right.
All right.
So it looks like carvings from the Cree. The Cree,
like the Algonquins, yeah.
Yep, and a hall. So it kind of there, and it looked like a with a heart on the cult. It was one of the carvings to make a talisman to protective talisman.
Canada, you say the territories? Yes.
Yeah,
this is.
Yeah.
Oh, this is from the Northwest, yes.
Yeah. Oh, it was. Yeah. I remember when the Americans tried to invade it.
I vaguely recall the stories. Vaguely recall the story. You mentioned your grandfather. Was he there mining? Was he there trapping? It's
No,
two sides of the world.
This wasn't my grandfather's. No, my grandfather is from Australia and stuff.
Oh.
I had traveled to Canada in search of it. When he passed in the year of 18, it was rough. It was tough.
Oh, oh wow.
Would you like to examine it?
I mean, if you don't mind, I don't want to.
I don't.
You know,
And
your heirloom.
He takes it off and he passes it over to you.
And I look at it back and forth.
Okay.
Just look at the symbols.
Hey, give me a power
What do
roll.
these mean? Power is 65, and ooh, I got 100.
Okay, all right.
This is pretty. Whoa.
Yeah, it is. So, who of the others has the largest size?
Probably me.
55.
60.
70.
70.
Ooh.
When you was 100, wow. you
That
look
escalated quickly.
you look over at Mac and like, why are you drooling? Why is it you ate, but suddenly you're much hungrier just looking over at Mac. I mean, he's a strong man and strong people, that muscle is quite tasty, and you can lose 1d3 sanity because it's not just like, the call of the void. This is like a very strong urge to
deep
just
hunger,
take a bite.
Ooh, lost 3 sanity. Beautiful.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I'm at 62, still doing fine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is beautiful. Mac, take a look. And as I hand it to him, I sort of, look at him just a bit too long. Yeah. Have you seen these bones before?
Some sort of ivory, perhaps.
Like, what
Elephant?
animal do you think is from?
Walrus.
And you can give a power roll, Mac, for
If he said Canada, wouldn't it be something like bear tooth
Or a seal, perhaps. Or otter.
well, otter would be very small.
I succeeded on my power roll.
okay. Yep. Yep. So you kind of look at it. You're like, it's very well made.
Looks like some sort of some sort of Indian carving of some sort.
So I got it off of a French trapper. Oh, yeah. He was out there pressing out into into the west. He said he wanted to get there before Meriwether Lewis and Clark. I told him that he was way too late.
A little bit late, yes.
Yeah, by a decade or so. Yeah.
You know what his name was?
Oh, it's been so many years since I talked to him.
Fortier?
What did you say?
Fortier?
Poitier. Kind of all of you can give me a psychology roll on that.
Psych of 10 and ooh,
No.
actually.
I got a hard.
Nice. He definitely recognized that name, and not just like recognize it. He kind of
Shocked.
But
that
if
I
he knows
said it
about
out loud.
Whittle, then he know about 48, wouldn't he?
yeah, but it wasn't just like, oh, hey,
Okay. I was like,
especially with a hard. Yeah, I was like, He's like going, Poitier. No, that was not his name. It was, but please,
oh, this stew delicious.
and the professor, he goes, Mac, do you mind if I look at the pendant?
Knock yourself out, Professor, and I'll.
Okay.
If you're okay with that, Simon, if you're okay with him looking at it.
Oh, he's like going, of course he can.
You know the professor, yes? and I'm going to see if they.
He goes. He looks over. He's like, "Yeah, I know Charles. He's a learned man.
How do you know Charles?
Oh." He's like, Charles, you didn't tell them. It's like going,
Professor?
he was out here last year. Came out with some geologists.
But what the hell?
He goes,
Maybe he didn't know this was the same spot. He didn't have the journal.
and Bernard goes, he's like, we've all lived. He's like going, I found it. I found the secret. He's like it's just a one step past civilization, and we can live forever. My friend Joseph here, and he pats Simon. He showed it to me and all.
This is
He's
not
like-
Joseph. This is Simon Will Trent. You're drunk.
Oh, I've only had a beer, and trust me that my constitution can well handle it. Joseph here showed it to me and all. You're my friends. We're ready. You can take we can live forever out here.
Out here? Why would we
No.
want to live out here?
If you can live forever, why won't you go like somewhere better?
Because the dining choices are frowned upon in the civilized world.
Soup?
Oh.
Give Reggie a knowing look.
I'm pushing my bowl. I'm not hungry.
What's in the bowl?
I'll take that.
Simon,
Tell me more.
Joe, he goes, oh, nothing is in the bowl. You must willingly take this. He's like going, your interns are just in the back. All you have to do is go in there and just carve off a little bit.
Wait, and he's saying this while we're at the bar with everyone else nearby?
Everyone else is just kind of now looking over at you, kind of smiling.
I'm sorry, who was saying this? Simon?
Yep, Simon or Joe, whichever way you prefer to call him.
I
prefer to
stand
call
up
him
and
Will.
push my chair back.
He's like, and Charles is like, no, don't be like the geologists. Don't be like them. He's like going.
What's going on here?
They
Ed?
Who has
Otto,
the
they're
opinion?
cannibals.
no,
No,
we're more than cannibals.
we've known Charles forever. Nonsense.
I'll
Does the
spit my
professor
food-
have the pendant?
He does.
I'll spit my food out all over the table.
Am I close enough? Can I grab it and take off?
Yes, you. Well, you will need to make a roll for that. Which,
I'm
speaking of
heading
which, I
for the
never got
door.
my die. All right, excellent.
With my gun out.
Yeah, I'm pulling. I have a pistol.
hmm
It's hidden.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Go ahead and give me a. I'm going to give him a penalty dice for his dodge, but just like give me a dex to try and grab it because you're not really trying to fight him.
Oh, well, that'd be a hard then.
Okay. I got a 57, which for his dex, his dodge is not a pass. So, yep. You grab it, no problem.
Ow.
Yep.
I'll pass.
Okay. Yep.
Live forever, you say? And I'm just gonna run
Okay.
out the door.
More than one.
I'll open
everyone-
the door for him.
Yeah. Everyone kind of looks around and Outback. What are you doing?
I guess just stand up and grab my hunting knife and be armed. See how it plays out.
Goes. He's like going. I can see. He's like Otto. I can see that you're a true believer. He's like going.
I want to understand what's going on here, Charles.
Goes. Don't you understand? We're all what would be called Wendigos, and you could become one too. All it takes is a willingly eating the flesh.
But the story, Charles, to eat and never be full. That's worthy of sorrow.
Don't listen to Amato.
Goes, but you can always eat more.
Do you know the stories as well as I do? Each time you eat, you just double in size. You're never full. Why would you want that forever? Why, Charles?
I've already.
I think they know the rules better than you do, Otto.
And then eventually you just eat each other. Is that what you two want?
There's always more. There's always more. Soon, the hunt will be on for the two that left. Outback.
He said the interns were somewhere out back. You said
They're tied up in the kitchen. They're in the
oh,
kitchen.
tied up in the kitchen. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, I'm gonna head that direction.
Okay.
And
All right.
no one better stop me.
When
Okay,
you get
we're
up,
out the door.
yeah, you guys took off out the door.
Ed and I are providing distraction by talking.
Yeah. All right.
The old tough 60-year-old man.
Mhm. When you start walking toward the kitchen, a couple of the loggers they walk with you, and they're like going, "Yes, join us."
It's like eat.
Yeah, chug.
So this is like I get the sense it's like everyone's in on this kind of cult-like thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I will walk if they. I guess it sounds like they think that I'm gonna join them, but that's not the case. I'm gonna proceed into the kitchen.
Okay. So they go in there, and you see the interns are kind of tied up. They're looking around. They're like going. They off the side is the tastiest. Just go ahead and cut in there. Don't worry about it. The little bit of fat, it will just kind of drip down your mouth.
There's two of them.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to quickly grab them by the skulls and slap them together like the Three Stooges.
Okay. All right. Give me a fighting brawl.
You're doing that to the interns?
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
unfortunately, my fighting's not too hot.
Are you doing it to the interns or the two people that went with you?
The two that went with me, but I
was going to say the interns.
I failed horribly. So.
I was going to say the interns. You wouldn't have to make a roll.
Get a bonus for that.
I failed horribly.
Okay.
I can't even make a success if I spend all my money.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
got Wendigo powers.
Yeah.
Activate.
You make us sad, and so we'll come back to that. Scott and Reggie, you guys are exited the building.
Got to be a fucking horse around here somewhere.
Where's the boat?
The boat is still tied up.
The boat.
Head for the boat.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay. Right. So when you head toward the boat and you see the captain of the boat, he's sitting there. He looks up at you and he smiles and he's like going, "The boat's not leaving tonight, gentlemen."
pointing
We
guns
better
at
get the
him.
fuck out of here.
Yeah.
It's leaving, or you can get off.
You can get off. Yes. It's
Goes, turn down the offer, I see.
Get off the boat.
It's like going, I didn't want to do this. And then he starts transforming kind of like a American Werewolf in London. So,
I'll
first
pull
get
it right
you
through his head if I can. Yeah.
pursue a sanity.
42 sanity.
Oh, I passed. That's
Only
Yeah.
one if you pass.
I passed.
Using practical effects, not fancy CGI.
No, definitely.
the best.
It's the really old where they just cut away and they come back, and now he's a little bit werewolfy.
It still probably scares me, so I'll
yeah.
probably hit three times.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm with you. We're just there. Just
fire,
shoot.
fire away. If you're shooting off 3, remember they're all enrolled with a penalty dice.
I'm just gonna shoot the one. Pretty close, right? Do we get a bonus?
Sure, why not? So you just roll regular there, Tom, and no penalty dice.
Okay, well, I rolled a 63 out of 60, so I'll have to spend luck
Mhm.
to make it.
Okay.
Second roll was 65, so I'll have to spend another 5 luck. And the last roll was 70 something, so I'm not going to spend that luck.
Okay. All right. Roll your damage.
Oh, that's my damage.
If he doesn't dodge, I hit, and there's 8 points of damage.
Okay. All right.
1d10. 9 and 2.
Okay.
11.
So you hit him good. He kind of jerks and he falls back. Maybe part of his dog nose kind of shatters, and he falls down. But then, to your horror, you start seeing the nose reform.
I'm going to try to give him a good kick off
Do we
the
have?
boat.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do we have enough time to grab him and toss him over?
That will be a strength. He's very large, so his size is 95. So if you guys work together, what is your strength combined?
Mine's
My
50.
strength is 46.
Okay. All right. So that's a total of 96. So
One point more.
one of you roll, and you need a hard to be able to actually move it.
Oh.
Can I spend? Well, let me see. Oh, I got an 11.
Oh, yeah,
Ooh.
that's a hard off of 96 automatic. That's an
extreme,
extreme
yeah.
off 96.
Just push him off the end of the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just want to push into the water.
Okay. Yeah. So you push him into the water without any issues with that good of a roll. Okay. Excellent. All right. Otto,
I hope you have some piloting.
Otto,
Sure, immediately.
I don't know how a
We can
boat
just
works.
go.
Otto, what are you doing?
I'm still there with Ed, completely confused. Like, on one hand, this seems extraordinary, but on the other hand, I'm like, there's stories here I need to collect. So I'm gonna go and try to convince them, like, this is fascinating beyond belief. I don't want to eat people yet, but I'm not like freaked out and stigmatizing them. Like, your stories must be fascinating. Tell me more. Ignore the food. Tell me more.
And Joe goes, he's like, oh, well, if you believe it, my grandfather, he died in 1818. Oh,
I mean,
and I got
my
this.
father died around that time. I'm 60.
Now, I got this talisman in 1830.
1830? You must be... How old are you?
Well, when I was a human, my last year of aging, I was 40.
Wait, so if I'm stuck like this? That's not... Like, I'll get backaches every morning? For eternity?
No, you won't grow back any limbs that you've lost, but you will still won't get any worse either.
Like, so Charles is stuck with this... You want to be lame forever, Charles?
Because like when I become a beast, I'm not lame. It's only when I'm in my human form.
Oh, then how come you're not, like, beast mode all the time? Why would you want to be lame?
Because I wanted to bring you my friends here. I'll give you the opportunity. This opportunity that I accepted.
So, like,
Join.
I have a choice to just stay in that form forever and not, like, have backaches and everything?
Yes, you must decide soon. The Nafkef will be coming.
Who's a Nafkef?
They were the heralds of Ithaqua, and if you have not accepted it, they will hunt you down.
I'm not understanding any of... You're talking gibberish. Ed, do you understand any of this?
Ed's like, going, I'm going to go take a bite.
Ed? I'm going to follow him. Are we near the kitchen? Like are we walking
it's
past?
not that big of a building.
Okay,
so,
okay.
Yeah.
And where they're cooking, is there like cooking fire and oil and that kind of thing?
Yeah,
Like
and there's
okay.
Outback Mac Strong in there also.
Okay. In there also.
So as you start walking back there, so Mac, when you tried to grab him, they start transforming
Oh, good
on
lord.
on you, and you can give me a sanity roll for seeing that.
Success.
Okay, all right, just one. And they are going to try and actually just grab you.
Nobody grabs Max Strong against his
No,
will.
no grab. All right, so they are going to make a fighting brawl on you. You want to fight back or dodge?
I will fight back.
Okay.
Not really my strong suit. I failed.
Well, the first one failed also. Probably worse than you did. The second one's going to try and grab you also.
Yeah, it's 2-on-1.
And I get a bonus die because it is the second attack on you. Okay. And I got a hard that time.
Okay.
Did you want to fight back or dodge?
I mean, would this exhaust like my actions for the turn?
No, no, no. I just get bonus dice for each one after that, and I rolled with a bonus die.
Well, I mean, I'll take it. I mean, it's 2 against
Okay.
1, so I'm outnumbered.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'll take it.
Okay. So he grabs you, and his strength is like unbelievably strong, and he kind of looks at it, and he's like going, "Looks like we've got." He looks at his friend. And he's like on in a kind of a barky voice. He's like, "I like it when they struggle."
And does he like throw me against the wall like the
Nope,
Terminator?
he just kind of holds you and stuff. And then Otto, that's when you come. If you're going back to the kitchen, you come in, and that's what you see.
So going into the kitchen, obviously I see them tied up. I see Ed next to me. Is there any open flames or anything? It's a kitchen, so
It's a
is there?
kitchen. First
Yeah.
thing you see is two essentially Wendigos. One of them
Right.
holding Outback Mac.
I'll probably need to roll sand on
Yeah,
that.
and you gotta make a
so-
sanity roll for that.
The crap. Ooh, and yet I pass.
Dang,
Yeah.
one.
Wait, huh? Oh, hey, wait for. So about that lunch. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And
So what do you
is
want
there
to do?
Open
your
flames or things like that nearby.
So what it was is one of those cast iron stoves that
Right.
so you would have to open that up to get to the flames and stuff.
Okay.
Is there anything like hot? Anything hot on the grill? Like
Oh, I'm sure there is
stew-
like
stew?
pan. Yeah.
I'm looking for like oil or like
No, or-
not really a torch, but something flammable-ish.
Sure. Give me a luck roll to see if Joe left something there.
Right, because I haven't been burning my luck like
Exactly.
crazy. And yet I pass.
God dang. All right. Okay, yeah, we'll say that like the cast iron
Yeah.
pan that he
Right.
melted the lard in, there's still that extremely hot lard in there and stuff.
I'll be like, hey, Mac, how old are you again?
I don't see why it's important right now.
I understand. Entertain
this-
an old man one last
Will you
time.
get this white gorilla off of me, for God's sake?
I know, but entertain an old man one last time. And I cough.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
all right.
and I give Ed a look. Hopefully, Ed knows what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, how old are you again, Mac?
Oh, for God's sakes, I'm 47. Now get this
That
damn
that's
thing
still
off
a
of me.
good age. Wouldn't you say, Ed? People who are 47 should get a chance, don't you think? And I look at Ed and then the fire and then Ed again, and
Okay.
hope he knows what I'm talking about.
All right. So we'll go Outback. It is your go. You want to try him?
So I'm kind of, he's like kind of manhandling me. Is that what's
Yeah.
going on?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna kick him right between the legs.
All right. All right. Give me a fighting brawl with that.
I will spend 15 luck to make it a success.
Okay. You get a good connection on him, and he's going to, when you do that, he's going to throw you. And you can give me a luck roll to see where you land.
I failed the luck roll.
Okay, so he throws you, and Otto's over there kind of by the stove asking you how old you are. And Otto, were you picking up the pan or what?
I need to see if Ed made eye contact and
Oh,
seen
yeah,
me what
yeah.
I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah,
Did
sure.
he like nod at me or?
I don't know what you're talking about, so I'm going to say that Ed does.
Okay. Then yes, I'm going for the pan. Hopefully Ed will go for another pan or something fire related.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So when you pick up the pan, suddenly Max Strong comes in
Ah,
there. He hits the pan, and Max Strong, you can take 4 points of hot burning lard on your across
4
your
points
face.
of lard damage.
And I'm a big dude, so he just like
Yeah.
threw me across the kitchen.
Yeah, yeah. They got strength of 200, so you're just like, hey, all right. And then the other one, when he sees that, they're not going to mess around anymore. He's going to take a swing at you there, Mac.
These guys have it coming.
Yeah. Ah, dang it. That is a hit.
So does this mean my friend Mick is one of them, or is he
Yeah.
a recent arrival who might be able to jump in and help me?
No, he's one of them.
Damn.
Damn you, Mick.
Mick, help! And he transforms.
He's like, you're yummy. All right. So they hit you for, wow, 2d6, and I rolled 2 points of damage. Apparently, he barely nicked you.
All right.
They're playing
Right.
with their food.
Yeah, exactly.
I gave him those two. Those are freebies for me.
Yeah, okay. All right, Otto, you're up.
All right. So I'm guessing right now Outback, me and Ed are sort of like near
Yeah,
each other.
it's
there. Yeah.
it's not a big kitchen, so this
Right.
is not like a restaurant's kitchen. It's
Right.
more like what you have in your house, and you got like two large werewolves out back being flung across.
Right.
Yeah. So yes, they are close to you.
I'll be like, I want him to be my second meal, so don't ruin this. I want that first one. And I point at one of the interns, and then I give Mac a look. Yeah.
All right. Give me a persuade.
Okay. Persuade. Aha. All right. Now watch me use the rest of my luck for one persuade roll. Okay. All right. I'm burning 40 points of luck to pass a persuade and make it a half, so a hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. They think you want to eat the intern, so they reach
Save
down.
this one for me. And I point at Mac.
Okay. All right. Okay. We'll come back to
Otto,
that.
what are you doing?
All right.
I'm
All right,
hungry.
Reggie and Scott, you guys are out on the boat. And
Yes. And we have no idea how to start a damn boat. I actually looked it up. How do you start a boat in 1936? And it's not easy.
no, it is not easy. It's not the turn a key or what.
Yeah.
Okay.
We pushed the guy over, correct?
Yes, you did. He's in the water, but he's regenerating, and he'll be.
Yeah. We need to untie the boat,
Yeah.
and I think it's just going to drift with us in it. But
Okay.
Yeah,
And you
push off
guys
the
were
dock.
you guys were traveling upriver, so it will drift you going with the flow back the way
It's
you
not-
want to come.
not very fast, though, right? They could catch
No.
up to us so easily.
Mhm.
I'm going to see if there's fuel cans.
Yeah, there are.
Getting
That
those
makes-
ready and
We'll throw
Lighting
them
up.
onto the dock.
making a
and I'll
torch.
Toss my.
Okay. All right. So you getting those ready and all. You start kind of drifting away, and about when you're past the dock, that's when you see the boat captain in his Wendigo form crawling up onto the dock, and he howls this howl of the damned that you just sends shivers down your spine.
We're going to try to start the engine.
Yeah,
But
that's where.
Okay.
do we have a penalty, or how do you want to
Uh,
handle it?
to start it, I'll say mechanical repair.
Mechanical repair. Well, I'm base too, so
Mechanical repair. Oh, I got a 25.
that's better than
Let's try it.
up a 10.
And I got, 50. I'll spend 25 points of luck
All right. Yeah, you
to
get it.
get the damn thing going.
You hear it start kick into life, and it starts going. Now, driving the boat, like they're going to ask for a pilot boat thing unless you're like under stress because you
Well,
driven a
I mean,
car and
just the idea is you just keep
Yeah.
it in the middle.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I have nothing in piloting.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah, which
But-
makes sense. Yeah. Okay. All right. When you get the boat going, and then you see in the woods, you see the Humboldt unicorn coming charging down toward the river, toward you.
I'll shoot at it.
Okay. All right.
Are there any
I
other
don't know how many
rifles in
bullets
the?
I have.
That will be a luck roll to see if there's any rifles on board.
I spent 3 shots already, so
Mhm.
I've only got 8 total.
Oh shoot! No, I didn't pass a luck. I ain't
Yeah.
passed.
Okay, so before you take the shot there, Reggie, the unicorn, it comes through. It's got 6 appendages on it. One large horn coming off of it. Size is 200, so it's massive. And you can give me a sanity roll. And you too, Scott, because you probably see it because it's
I'm sure.
hard to miss.
33. I'm still
Pass that.
okay, but I might
Okay.
not be looking directly at it too much. So
Yeah,
Right,
it's
yeah,
violating.
Just one if you pass.
I'm just getting ready. If this thing's coming, I'm assuming it probably gonna jump or swim. Get to the other side of the river as much as possible,
Mm-hmm.
and
I
start
wasn't
pouring some
expecting to
fuel over the
the
edge.
edge.
Yeah,
All right.
Fire.
get it into the water and
So
start.
it kind of leans back and it breathes out, and the river starts freezing.
Oh, it's freeze! It can freeze. Damn. Oh,
Okay. All right. Back inside. So, Otto, when you said you want the intern first, the one Wendigo reaches down and he rips the intern's arm off. And
Our intern.
Cook it or what?
you eat it raw on the bone.
Toxic Avenger.
All right, I give Ed yet another knowing look, and then I start biting on it.
Okay, all right.
I look on in horror as I
Yeah, that's probably a sanity roll to see that.
Right.
And if you're faking it, Otto, it's going to be a
Right.
sanity
No,
roll.
he'll eat it. He's
Okay.
gone through like starvation and stuff like that. So
All right.
yeah,
I failed
and
my
yet
I failed
I
my
still
sanity.
passed my SAN roll.
We'll say it's a fail to see your this intern's arm get ripped off and Otto start eating it. We'll say it's a 1d6 because that's pretty.
That's fair. Otto, you disappoint me.
When you get to my age, things change, young man.
How'd the sanity roll go there, Mac? How many did you lose? On the
me?
one, yep, on your 1d6. How many did you lose?
Oh, I'm sorry, I lost 3.
Okay, all right, cool. Just make sure it wasn't 5. Okay, all right. So you start chomping away there, Otto.
Me and Ed.
You and Ed. Okay, yeah. Good. And you handled the pendant. So like once you start
Right.
eating, you can give me a power roll on that with a penalty die.
Okay. First roll is 28, and then rolling the 10 again, 28 again. So pass.
Okay. Yeah.
Hard, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you're able to like not just start just consuming it at an controlled speed, and so you're very refined cannibalism there. Okay, all right.
A bit stringy.
Yeah. All right. Mac, what do you do?
I'm going to draw my large hunting knife and attack one of these.
Okay, I love it. All right. Give me a fighting
Although I
brawl.
should have put more points in fight. I failed again. Another. Good Lord.
You have luck.
I'm embarrassing myself here.
Yeah. He did not fail his fight back roll.
So some jujitsu on me.
Mhm. That one was much worse. He hit you for 10.
Oh my God, Jesus. Well, I think I'm at like below 0.
Yeah, he probably he claws you across. Otto, what you see is Outback. He gets hit across the face. You see his lower mandible come off. It comes flying, and
I said to save him for me, like heal him. I want my food fresh. Find a doctor.
It's too late.
You
All
lied
right.
to me, you jerk.
All right. Yeah.
So does that mean I'm dead?
Yep, you're dead. We're coming to an end here. All right.
There
All right.
goes that plan.
Yeah, Reggie and Scott. Oh, you're all right. So the river is freezing. What do you do?
I'm gunning it, trying to get past the freezing part.
I'm
Okay.
lighting the fuel that
Lighting the fuel.
dumped.
Oh. All right. We'll say out of the two of you, we'll do a group luck roll to see if gunning the engine is going to work. It's not really an icebreaker.
My luck is 40.
Mine's 46, so you're the lowest.
Need Otto there.
28.
Oh, right.
Hey!
28. Yeah. So you kind of gun it. You kind of
Skip over the top of the ice.
Yeah, you kind of get it going, and it starts giving chase on you, but the boat's move rate is much higher than a Nofkef's move rate. They're lumbering creatures. Oh.
Yeah.
So we'll
Pour
say
some
that.
gasoline in the water and light it on fire.
Yes, just lighting.
Yeah.
Dumping that can. Well,
We'll say you guys make it out of there. And Otto, with you
Nobody
there,
will believe us.
people start.
no one can believe us.
They kind of turn back into people, and they lift you up, kind of like in a celebration, and they carry you out, and they're like going, "Welcome to the newest recruit." Otto and Ed, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah, we both face palm because our plan didn't work, but that's
Yeah.
okay.
That's okay. Now you're immortal.
We
And
And I-
old.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I was eaten, I assume.
Yeah, you were
And
you were
the
kind
entrance?
yeah, they were eating. They set up a nice little buffet on the bar, that way some of them like small intestines, other like hearts, and so yeah.
Or Outback Max Run. What a terrible ending.
Outback Steakhouse.
Either way he lived. in the skin. Yeah.
Steakhouse.
There you go. Why are there peanuts all over the floor?
Oh, you can eat Mac.
All right, excellent. You guys probably already figured it out. The professor had came down here last year with the geologists, and he got desperate. He'd been obsessed with it for so long that he took the offer, and then he was like going, "Oh, I should get some of my friends here," and he invited you to come along because in his insanity, he thought that why would they turn it down? This makes sense.
I didn't pick up on that. I don't know. There was just a couple of things that people said that I thought something's going on here.
Yeah, we were all thinking the professor's story was really flimsy.
Well, it started falling apart.
It's extremely
Yeah.
it's extremely flimsy. It's
We thought it was the
extremely
author's fault.
flimsy.
We thought it was the author's fault. So we're like, it's probably
It was-
just a scenario.
It was the treasure thing that really
Right.
keyed me because I kept saying, how do you lure somebody to a place? You tell them there's buried treasure,
Right.
and it just really felt like this is all too good. So what about the family back in?
That's the one thing in the book that in the story that it's just
I kept
there.
I
And
kept thinking maybe the
That's an
kid
odd
was
tack.
one of them.
Yeah.
it was, and I kept it in there because I just got this obsession. I was like, oh, this is going to be a great car chase.
Yeah.
And then it didn't happen. And I don't know if you saw the look on my face when you're like,
Right,
okay,
you're
I'm going to let it go. I was like, oh, I was already at my chase map. But yeah, that's the one
But
thing.
like you said, the moment we didn't leave, like the first chance we got, that was kind of over, right? Like, I mean, like they got on
Yeah.
the boat, but yeah.
Yeah.
We couldn't have left. We were stuck. We were
Yeah, it's
Right.
kind of an intro
Yeah.
scenario, a little
Yeah.
railroady, but I thought it was a fun little twist there at the end.
Yeah.
It's a wonder that
But with the
Scott
professor,
and I got
yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Right.
I was hoping me and Ed would, like, right before we lose our minds, at least do something and give Outback a chance, but he got his jaw knocked off.
Yeah.
We're like, we're old enough. Sorry about that, Tom, with the ageism thing, but yeah.
I thought that
Yeah.
I thought that the unicorn was nonsense and that we had seen one of those
Right.
Sasquatchies out there. But now I know what it is because I remembered from another scenario that we've done
Or
where
from,
there was the one horn,
one horn,
looks like a rhinoceros with white fur all over it.
Yeah.
I'll have
That's
to
the first
find
time
a
I've encountered it
picture of that for the
in a scenario.
thing.
Well,
Yeah.
if we get back, I'm gonna just ransack the professor's house because he owes us big time.
That's right.
but the journal thing was real. Like, how would he?
Maybe he was recovering
that journal
evidence.
thing. Yeah, like
Yeah.
that journal thing was like he lucked out that he got a journal that
Yeah,
somehow had that dude's content. I
We
think.
need
I
to
think-
tie. They need to
yeah.
tie that in better with that
Yeah.
family.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
the
yeah.
curse is. I don't know. Something's weird.
You could say
about
that they were trying to cover up evidence of their existence,
Mhm.
and
I-
they sent him to do that.
Yeah,
Previous
I kind of
loyalty.
thought that like maybe it's not written in there, but like his motivation was that like he didn't want someone else to find that and people come out there that they weren't wanting
Right.
to,
Right.
consider.
Well, they're family members, so could it be just a curse that's been carried on?
Well, no, but the
family.
dude, but Clarence didn't have it. Is Fortier that had it?
Yeah,
Like the
yeah.
author didn't have it.
That's so
I do like Tom's point where like if the moment he got the journal, he looked relieved more than anything. Then I think that's like, wait a minute, why is he relieved at getting the journal? Oh
Yeah.
yeah, he didn't want people to know about it. Yeah,
That'd been good.
Still wasn't going to stop us from going with
Right.
them.
right.
No, he's too
Yeah, like our reason for coming out, like we were saying, was like the treasure was no longer a thing. The yeah. I think they need to make the treasure a stronger hook. But
Yeah. All right. Our
Outro.
players included Billy Chung, Daniel DePolis, he couldn't make it tonight, Brian Ridge, Thomas Grooms, and myself with Keith Craig as the keeper of arcane lore. We have a Discord server where you can chat with other members, you can set up private games, and you can learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Spotify, Podbean, or iTunes. Support for the show is provided by our patrons who are listed in the closing credits. If you'd like to help show us your appreciation, please visit our Patreon page, or you can use the thanks button just below the screen. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows, and leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answering any questions you might have. This is Thom Raley, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe of H.P. Lovecraft and the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. Until next time, good luck, good gaming.